TVS is one of the most lovable scooter brands in India. Now, over these years, TVS has been giving out beautiful scooters for its male and female consumers. And in today's episode, we are going to discuss about the new launch from TVS. In fact, it's not that new because it was launched in 2013. The TVS. In fact, it's not that new because it was launched in 2013. The TVS Jupiter.
The demand for automatic scooters has seen an unprecedented rise of late, with auto scoots managing to outsell motorcycles. The growing need for an economical and convenient mode of transport amidst the bustling urban scape, the biggest contributing factor to the gearless machine's sales figures. Not only the fairer sex, but their male counterparts too have been increasingly inclined towards gearless scooters, which tend to be more ride-friendly in the daily grind. But with the scooters being primarily looked upon as female-oriented machines, manufacturers to massage the male ego have been launching male-exclusive models such as the Honda Aviator, Yamaha Ray Z, Hero Maestro, etc. Adopting a similar philosophy, TVS Motors recently launched the male-centric TVS Jupiter to garner a chunk of the hot automatic scooter market.
TVS Jupiter is the much awaited automatic scooter from TVS, and it's a good looker. It's available in 4 different shades.
The TVS Jupiter has been targeted at the urban male rider, and it makes its case clear through a bulgy yet angular styling with black accents on the lower body. The front styling doesn't really differentiate the TVS Jupiter much from others and adopts a traditional auto scoot design. The headlight comes equipped with twin palette lamps, and the metallic front apron houses a set of blinkers and a small air vent that might remind you of Dainese. The front forward stance is well complemented by an unswept rear design with the footboard, rear panels and even the chunky grab rail rendering right amounts of cuts and curves, making the TVS Jupiter a nice scooter to look at. The black finished wheels on the TVS Jupiter, apart from adding a masculine appeal, lend a nice contrasting effect. A chrome shield on the exhaust looks good and adds its bit to the overall styling. At the rear, the tail light might look similar to the Honda Activa and the Suzuki Access to some, with the stop light flanked by 2 separate clear lens indicators. Functionally, the Jupiter differentiates itself from the rest of the pack with its refueling lid, which positioned above the tail lamp. We wish it was well finished as the other bits. Though it eliminates the inconvenience of unlocking and raising the seat during refuel, it takes a little effort locating the keyhole and reaching out. Overall, the TVS Jupiter might not be the best looking scooter out there, but all its cuts and curves merge into a nice flowing design to make it a decent looker. Talking of features, the TVS Jupiter is one well-built scooter, and the quality tail begins with the dashboard. The grade of the plastics is simply top-notch with minimal or no gaps between panels. The switchgear is one of the best, or rather the best you could find on any prevailing auto scoot. The switches, while ergonomic in operation, also feel extremely pleasant to touch. The grips too are made of high quality rubber and offer a soft, cushioning feel. A power switch integrated into the high beam switch is a neat idea. The Jupiter offers enough flex space for the average heighted male rider with 2 retractable back hooks, with one under the seat and other one behind the front apron, under the back of the headlight. TVS claims the leg space at 375 mm on the Jupiter is the largest in its segment, and you can easily carry an LPG cylinder on its footboard. Hope we didn't test that. The seat offers the right amount of cushion, facilitating a comfortable ride for both rider and pillion. In addition to the regular foldable co-rider pegs, the TVS Jupiter also offers a footboard, adding convenience for the sideways sitting pillion, mostly women. Other thoughtful bits include the Kickstarter lever, which unlike in other scooters is placed close to the rider's feet, and a patented easy center stand that facilitates easy parking with minimal effort. 17 liters of under-seat space in addition to accommodating your routine grocery purchase can safeguard a medium-sized helmet. Also, a mobile charging outlet has been provided in the storage. It's not visible here since the outlet opening is sealed. It's installed separately at the time of sale for some extra cost. The headlight spread, similar to most other auto scoots, offers more spread in low rather than high beam with average throw. Overall, the 35-watt halogen provides adequate night vision at average speeds.
TVS Jupiter runs on a 109.7cc engine. It produces a maximum power output of 7.88 psi at 7500 rpm and a maximum torque of 8 Nm at 5500 rpm. Now this engine is an air-cooled engine. It's a 4-stroke engine and it has got both manual and electric start.
The TVS Jupiter adopts the Vigo's 109.7cc single-cylinder CVT-I engine with peak power and torque output figures of 8 bhp at 7500 rpm and 8 Nm at 5500 rpm respectively, offering enough punch to ferry two reasonably sized individuals with minimum fuss. Though slightly lazy towards to lower spectrum of rev range, the Jupiter makes up for it at the higher end. Once in rhythm, the Jupiter pulls surprisingly well till the 80 mark before maxing out at a speedo indicated 84 km per hour. Where other scooters feel slightly stressed going north of 60 km per hour, the TVS Jupiter builds up on the numbers rather quickly. The engine is refined and only starts to show resistance once the needle is past the 80 km per hour mark, an impressive performer. Talking of fuel consumption, the TVS Jupiter mileage figures stood at 46 km per litre as against TVS claim of 62. Handling of the TVS Jupiter takes some time getting used to before you start throwing it around corners disdainfully. It's got its own dynamic algorithm which is different from some other scooters which you may have been riding all this while. That doesn't mean the Jupiter isn't inferior or anything, it just requires you to log a few kilometers before you get used to its own definition of balance and poise. Running on 12-inch TVS Conta 550 tubeless tires, the Jupiter offers adequate road grip. The telescopic suspension up front and a single gas charge shock at the rear provides sufficient damping going over the routine urban undulations but tends to bounce a bit while passing over broken patches and takes that wee bit extra time to regain composure. Under usual road conditions, the suspension does its duty rather well, extending a comfortable ride for both rider and pillion.
After test driving the TVS Jupiter, what comes to me in my mind is that at this price point, that's the price point of 45,000 rupees, the scooter is a good blend of style, performance, power, reliability, safety and all. So it's a good choice. Alright, so time's up. That's all what I have for you guys in this week's episode of Green Signal. Next week I'll be back, same time, same channel with